My name is Ciara. I'm known as CiaraBujos on Instagram. I started bullet journaling in April 2020. So it was right when around the time of the pandemic happening. And it's weird because I wanted to get back into being creative with my writing, but it was also weird because the pandemic had just hit. No one was going anywhere. So I found it weird that I wanted to get back into bullet journaling, even though everyone had to stay home and do all the quarantining. So I found it very interesting and ironic that I wanted to get back into bullet journaling around that time, but it was also a way for me to just get back into my creativity because I've always loved being creative. So I was able to also practice my handwriting. I haven't written in like script since I was back in like middle school.
Yeah.
So it's fun to get back into being able to do script, hand lettering, and just trying out different things. And I was able to get back into collaging a little bit because I also like to do vision boarding. So I was able to bring that also back into the style that I like to do for my bullet journal. So it was really fun for me to find my passion again for it. And of course, it was ironic that it happened around the pandemic. So I also started watching a lot of the YouTubers and Amanda Rach Lee. We all know she's one of the queens of bullet journaling. So I used to watch her um, a few years ago. And then with the pandemic, I found her again on YouTube. And then I decided to pick it up for myself because years ago I used to watch her, but I bullet journaled a little bit, but not a lot. But when the pandemic hit and I picked bullet journaling back up, it clicked for me. So I'm I'm happy that I was able to find that passion for it again. And I enjoy watching Amanda's live streams. So it was good for me to get back into it. So it was pretty much, I would say, Amanda Rach Lee. She kickstarted me to get right back into bullet journaling again. When I first started bullet journaling back in April 2020, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it properly, but I had the Lecturum 1917 and I had it was a teal color. So that was really, actually, no, that was my second bullet journal that I had. The first ones that I really used were just plain dot gridded notebooks that I found at Michael's. They were cheap and they had nice covers on them. So I would use those to just get my foot in the door back in April 2020 when I was bullet journaling again. Then I had moved on to the Lecturum 1917 teal color. So I love that color, it was so pretty. So I used that. And then I moved on up to the Archer and Olive. So I don't know if you can see, but this is my current Archer and Olive bullet journal. This one has it's the 190 pages and it has the moon phases on the front because I love moon phases. So I really like the Archer and Olive notebook. So I actually put that on as my Christmas list. So I had three that I really liked. So we'll see which one I get. But I do like the Archer and Olive, and I actually do have a Amanda Rach Lee dotted journal. And I'm actually, this one, my current one, is about to be all done. I have like maybe 20 pages left. So definitely not going to last me until the end of this year. So I might have to, for the time being, switch over to the Amanda Rach Lee notebook. And I have that one in the black color. So I definitely love the Archer and Olive, and I have the Amanda Rach Lee one that I want to try. And then for here's my, I also switched out my stationery pouch. Um, for pins, I recently picked up the which one is this? This is the Papermate Profile Ball 1.0. So I recently got this one, and I love how this one writes. So I got that, and then I use so much double-sided tape. This is my favorite one. This is the Scotch double-sided tape, and it's the 3 milliliter. So I really like this one, and I recently found out that my local dollar store has it. So I stocked up. I grabbed as many as I could, and I put them in my basket. So the double-sided tape is my favorite, and especially when I do my picture collages and I just need to paste something in my bullet journal, I always go for the double-sided tape. That's like my favorite. And then I use I believe this pencil was the same one that Amanda Rach Lee uses. It's the Graph Gear 500 in the 0.5. So I use this pencil all the time. So that's a staple. And then I like to use the Pigma microns, and I always keep, I think I have double in here. I have the 05, 03. I have another 05, and I usually also keep the 01 in here also. And then I just have right now, I just have the it's the Tombow Mono Smart Eraser. It's almost gone. I'm gonna have to replenish that one. And then I also keep my Tombow Furanosuke. I just keep this in here sometimes for when I do my lettering. And what else? Oh, I definitely keep, I recently got these in a pack, and it's the jelly rolls, and I use these for any mistakes that I happen to do in my bullet journal, which is, it's a lot sometimes, but I definitely use these. I have this one in, I have the 08, the 05, and the 10. So these are and they came in a pack of 3, and I got these from Michael's. Best investment ever. So I love those. And then I recently found, because I'm into Studio Ghibli movies now, so I recently got 2 Totoro pins. So I keep those in my stationery pouch now, and one is just in the white casing, and then the other one's in the black casing, but they're both black ink. But yeah, I recently found these, and I love them because I'm really into Studio Ghibli now. So if I can find any stationery that has Studio Ghibli on it, I want it. And let's see. And then speaking of, I just want to go back to the jelly rolls. I find that I like these ones better for covering up any mistakes. In the beginning, I used to use and I still have it in here. It's the Uniball Signal. I used to use this for any mistakes that I had also, but I found that the jelly rolls are a little bit better, but I still keep the Uniball in my stationery pouch. And then I also have, in addition to my favorite double-sided tape, I also have this Staples brand glue tape that I just keep, and it's the rolling kind. So those are just the essentials that I keep in my stationery pouch at all times. And then if I'm using a specific color for any spreads that I have going on for that month, I'll throw in the colors that I'm using. And when I first started bullet journaling, Amanda Rachley also recommended the Crayola Super Tips. So I think I got the first pack I got, I think it had the 24, and then the second pack that I got had the 50. So I love Crayola Super Tips, and they're the first things that I grab anytime I want to do any colors within my spreads. So that's all that I keep. That's all that's in here. My Etsy shop, CiaraBujos shop, I launched it February 2020. So at the time, I was still working full time at the accounting firm that I was at. And then it was it was June of 2020 when something clicked in me and I just wanted to go full force with my Etsy shop, it was basically stationery items. I did I did on Procreate, I did digital illustrations of stickers and I would print them at home. I also did post-it notes and just little trinket things here and there that related to stationery and bullet journaling or planning. So I decided in June 2020 that I want to go full force with it. And something just clicked where I felt where let me just go for it. Like, let me just do it, see what happens. Fast forward, it didn't work out in the way that I expected it to, but overall, I would have to say that I am happy that I was able to go for it and do it at the time that I could, because I've always wanted to have something of my own and run a business of my own. So I learned a lot about myself, a lot about business in general, because I did go to a university for business management. So I was able to sort of actually utilize what I learned from school and do that. But it was a great experience. Hopefully, I can bring it back up maybe a few months from now. I'm not sure, but I would love to give it another try. And since I learned a lot, I'll be able to have a better understanding of what worked and what didn't. So, yeah, fast forward right now, I don't have my shop, but eventually I would like to get back into it. I really do love to dabble into a lot of creative things. Even just a few weeks ago, I started painting tote bags, just the plain canvas tote bags that I found at Michael's. They were on sale, so I grabbed them right up. um, so I have been dabbling into painting tote bags. I actually have two more that I have some ideas on what I want the designs to be. So I'm always trying to just stay creative and just keep my creative juices flowing, because that's where I find my passion most, is just being creative, whether it's painting, coloring, drawing, digital drawing, just different things like that. So you never know, I might pop up with something else. I find that the smaller bullet journal accounts, it's like we all band together to support each other. And I love that so much. And that's what we all need. That's where we all start from. And then there are the bigger accounts that I still love, and they're just as great. But I think there needs to be around, like, it needs to be well rounded for all of us. Sometimes there are some interesting things that happen within the bullet journal community, but I think from my standpoint and just the accounts that I want to surround myself with, they're all positive. So I think as long as we can all support each other and give each other shout outs and just appreciate everyone's different styles and different techniques and creativity, that's what it's all about. We're all creative beings, and we all have our little corner on the internet, especially with on Instagram. So I think we just need to remind ourselves that we're doing it for fun. We're expressing our own creativity, and to just uplift one another, because that's what the world needs, honestly, and especially within the arts community, whether that's bullet journaling or something else. The arts speak to everybody all over the world, different cultures, backgrounds. It doesn't really matter. Art, especially personally, I love music also. So it's all universal. Art, music, just the creative formats and mediums that are out there, it's all universal. So in my mind, it all needs to remain positive. Yes, there are some struggles within the arts community, which I completely get and I understand. And I sort of went through it myself trying to run my own business, so I get it. Um, but it all needs to just remain in the positive realm. That's what I think we all need. A few other things that I love about the bullet journal community is that I can have friends all over the world. I have friends that are from Texas, from Massachusetts, from Germany, from Italy, and it blows my mind that the bullet journal community can connect people from all over the world. That's what I was saying before, where it's universal. And I even started my own pen pal project on my Instagram page, and I have great pen pals, and I was able to find my love for writing again, because I love to read and write. So just being part of the bullet journal community just reignited all of these passions that I used to have, and it just sparked it back up for me, which I absolutely love. So yeah, I recently just I don't know if I want to call it like an actual official collab. I would just I call it like a collab slash project, where I did my first one and I hosted it, and it was related to K-pop, which everyone knows who's on my page who follows me. I love BTS. Um, so I did they have their own variety show called Run BTS, and the show just ended for a little bit. So I wanted to, and they ended on 155 episodes. So I wanted to sort of do a collab slash project to celebrate the show, because I rewatch all of the episodes. I rewatch all of them. They're so funny. It's chaotic, but I love it. Um, so a lot of the other bullet journal accounts that I interact with are ones that share similar interests as me with BTS. So I just put it out there and let everyone know, if you're interested in doing it, here it is. So I had a couple of people join, and it was really great. And I love seeing everyone's spreads and what their favorite episodes were. So it was really good, and it just felt good to celebrate the show, celebrate the members within BTS, and the show that they put out there for all of their fans to enjoy, and we all love it. So I was really excited to host my own collab slash project. And then recently, I am actually going to be doing the collab that you and Steph are doing. So I'm excited about that one. So I'm doing that for this month. So yeah, I haven't joined a lot of collabs. And at first, when I first started coming back into the bullet journal community, it felt a little like scary and intimidating in the beginning. But once I started getting into it, because of course I've seen so many collabs going on, and I would think, "Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one." So, but it was very intimidating and scary. But once I started getting used to it a little bit, I was like, I think I can do it. So that's sort of what happens in my mind. But I'm glad that I was able to host my own, and I'm very excited to be joining yours and Steph's.